to
Live.
you from the third week of November edition of IUW. Ladies and gentlemen, we are only 2 weeks away from War Games. And right off the gate, the Jokers come out to the middle of the ring. Joker T, Lewis Hendricks, Albino Beast, and Mystic. They're going in the middle of the ring. Joker T has a mic at hand and he has something to say. I have something to say. Lewis Hendricks will defend his multinational championship in the Survivor Series War Games pay-per-view, which means myself, Mystic, and Albino Beast, we're gonna take on the 3 Prometheum members in War Games. At the end, however, I have not a prediction, but a spoiler.
Huh?
And what that is, Thanatos, is that your worst fears, your worst nightmares will come true. Because at the end of the day, Jokers will always be levels above, and the Jokers will be the one to run IUW. And if Thanatos has a problem with that, I say swing at me, big man. Because, like I said, your worst nightmares are coming true. Hint, hint. And he drops the mic, and as he's about to walk out, Chicago come out. And they're out on their horses, and they're going crazy. They're going around. The Jokers are left looking around in the middle of the ring, and they're left wondering, what is this all about? While Joker T is laughing, Mystic and Albino are ready to fight, and Lewis Hendricks stoic as ever with the multinational championship around his waist. And then Chicago just ride out. Jokers are left stunned, but then the screen goes black.
Huh?
And we see Prometheum pop up from the back of the Jokers, and they right away take out Joker T with a knee. When Thanatos hits him with the knee, Joker T is taken out. Lewis Hendricks, Albino, Mystic are taking on Thanatos, Tavros, and Echo, and they're going head to head, non-stop, bopping like crazy. Joker's trying to get the advantage, but Thanatos goes absolutely berserk, taking out Mystic, taking out Albino Beast. Then he goes and hits his finisher on Lewis Hendricks with Prometheum right holding their arms up, and Joker T is laughing at the ramp way. And then we get started. Right after start, we see Poseidon in the ring. He has a mic at hand with the Royal Warriors teammates right behind him, and he calls out one man, and he says that he wants the leader of LWO, and out comes Miguel Santana.
Oh.
Miguel Santana starts walking down the ramp, and then Eric Bodega and Axel try to stop him, and they're asking him, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Oh.
Miguel Santana just comes into the middle of the ring, and the bell rings. Right off the start, King Poseidon has an advantage over Miguel Santana. The Royal Warriors, Ron the Barbarian and Rod the Great, are outside. They're looking stoically at Eric Bodega and Axel. Meanwhile, in the ring, the man who has the advantage and ends up winning the belt is King Poseidon. He ends up pinning after Eric Bodega and Axel left him stranded after they were getting bopped by Ron the Barbarian and Roderick the Great, with the Royal Warriors having the advantage 2 weeks away from War Games. It seems like the two teams have so much animosity between each other. Will they have a War Games match? We'll find out. But then we have a World Championship #1 contenders match, ladies and gentlemen. It is the champion, Fernando Sosa, who will defend his belt against Kuroshi Kobura. And one of these four men between Rodeo Ronnie, Bullock, Seacon, the leader of the Chicago group, and Mystic, part of the Joker's crew. They are fighting in a TLC match. Who's going to get the victory and be #1 contender for the world title? It will be Rodeo time, because Rodeo Ronnie comes out on top, but Mystic had the advantage. He had the advantage. About to pin Bullock out of everyone, but then the Promethean members came in, distracted him, started beating him down. Then Bullock had his opportunity. He was going up the ladder. Seacon stops him. Meanwhile, on the outside of the ring, Promethean members and Joker members are fighting in the outside. They're just bopping nonstop. Seacon has Bullock. He drops Bullock down from the ladder. Seacon, it's almost his time, but out of the blue, Joker T pulls him down and hits Seacon with a knee. Meanwhile, Rodeo Ronnie saw his time. All the fans were cheering, "Rodeo time! Rodeo time!
Rodeo
Rodeo
time.
time!" And Rodeo Ronnie goes and wins the TLC match, being a #1 contender, fighting Fernando Sosa and Kuroshi Kobura in the main event of Survivor Series War Games. Meanwhile, Fernando Sosa comes out to the middle of the ring and he sticks out his hand to Rodeo Ronnie. What does Rodeo Ronnie do, Mel?
He says, "Welcome to the rodeo time."
And Fernando Sosa and Rodeo Ronnie are shaking up. Fernando Sosa goes and says, "Rodeo time." And then Kuroshi Kobura just smacks him from the back out of the blue. Rodeo Ronnie just looks around as Kuroshi is beating him down. And in the end, Rodeo Ronnie starts beating down Fernando Sosa as well. This is not a matchup between friends, ladies and gentlemen. We're all enemies here in IUW. And Rodeo Ronnie and Kuroshi Kobura get one over Fernando Sosa. And in the end, Rodeo Ronnie hits his finisher on Kuroshi Kobura, holding the title high above his head, while Sosa and Kuroshi Kobura are down. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have a #1 contenders match for Miguel Santana's light heavyweight belt. Jason Tyler, No Mercy Noah Percy, Ahanu, and Harry Himothy going head-to-head in a fatal four-way match. Who's going to get the victory in this matchup between the four and be #1 contender for Miguel Santana's light heavyweight championship at War Games? It is Ahanu. Ahanu gets the victory. Even though the Jokers came out to stop him from getting the victory, out came Blackhawk, out came Seacon, and they ended up stopping the Joker group while Ahanu gets his #1 contendership for Miguel Santana's light heavyweight title. Then, for the main events of the evening, Eric Bodega and Axel have a chance at glory once again as they take on the Orbit of Entertainment, the tag team champions, Comet and Nova. Who's going to go on top at the end of this match? We'll find out right now. And at the end, it is Axel and Eric Bodega, after getting help from both Miguel Santana and El Tigre. They ended up winning the tag team titles. And Axel and Eric Bodega are celebrating in the middle of the ring. Miguel Santana and El Tigre are trying to celebrate with them. However, Axel and Eric Bodega push them off. And out of the blue, we then see the Royal Warriors come in. Poseidon, Ron the Barbarian, Roderick the Great. They're coming in and they're beating Eric Bodega and Axel down. They're beating Miguel and El Tigre down. And as they try to go separate the whole team one by one by one by one. They hold Axel, they take him down. They hold El Tigre, they take him down. They pick up Eric Bodega, but Miguel Santana goes and starts fighting back. He starts fighting back. He goes, and then he hits his finisher on Eric Bodega. The newly crowned tag team champion just got hit by his own teammates. And at the end, Poseidon has a mic. He's outside the ring with the Royal Warriors right behind him. He goes and says, LWO, Royal Warriors are taking you on per GM Jerry Woods on War Games. And LWO are left flabbergasted at the match that it has been announced. And Axel is left looking mad at Miguel Santana. Eric Bodega is hurt after winning the tag titles as well as getting smacked with a finisher by Miguel Santana, while Miguel Santana and El Tigre are outside of the ring. LWO look in shambles while Royal Warriors look like they're the ones who have everything together. And that is it for this edition of IUW. Stay tuned. We will be 1 week away from War Games.
Rod's little fat ass knocked out.
Yeah, bitch, you're right. Look at you.